that bitch. Jump in that fire.
Before I start today's video, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room for my consistent clients that always watch my videos. Yeah, there's a background, you know what I mean? I don't know, I saw it on a platform, I said, why not do something different, add in a background? I might keep it, I might not. I just wanna do something different for the video. Just rock with me here on it. And plus it gives off a nice little cozy vibe going on, I don't know. But let's talk about something that most readers don't want to address out loud maybe, or address to their customers who come to them so frequently. And it's basically that you're an addict at a certain point. You are addicted to getting readings. If you're a person who's getting readings done like every other day, and you're asking the same questions over and over again to the same reader, or you're going to 5 different readers asking the same questions over and over again about the same topics, this video is for you. And it's not me being judgmental, it's me trying to protect you, because what you only do is increase the risk of you getting scammed. You start asking that same reader the same questions, at a certain point that person is going to tell you what they know you want to hear, or they're just going to stop taking your money in anyway. Or if you're going to random people, they're most definitely just going to tell you what it is that you want to hear, because they can tell by your voice you're looking for reassurance. You're in a frenzy. That's basically what that is. And there's a difference between seeking guidance and having a dependence on it. And a lot of people simply just don't know when they've crossed that line. First, let me just outline a few symptoms that you might be experiencing from such a costly, money-sucking disease such as this one. For one, it looks like some symptoms could be like, booking a reading back to back about the same topics, same person, same situation, same questions over and over again. Going to 5-6 different readers within a week time period about the same questions, same person, same topics over and over again. And it also could look like a feeling of relief after you get your question answered and hear what it is that you potentially just wanted to hear anyway, over and over again. But that relief eventually goes away, and you need that relief again by getting another reading for them to sell you the same information. And at this point, it's a reassurance cycle. You're not looking for guidance anymore. It is simply a cycle of reassurance, and reassurance is addictive. Now, why does this addiction come about? How does it come about? Mainly about 3 reasons, I would say. One being anxiety. A lot of people look for, I guess, a feeling of some form of control in uncertain situations. And I guess the information you get from a reading can give you that illusion of control in a sense. But, and I'm all for the idea that information is power. It most definitely can be. By getting a reading, the information you could take from that, you could then use to better the situation or prevent a certain situation from occurring, because you can already see it from down the line. The issue can come about is that you can get some information that you didn't want to hear, and now you're feeling discouraged and you want to stop the process that you're doing, when that's not the purpose of a reading. The purpose of a reading is to push through whatever it is that you might be seeing, or change the outcome of whatever it is that you might be seeing. But for a lot of people getting them, since they're already in an emotional state, they're already anxious, they're looking for reassurance, one bad thing being told to them in the moment makes them feel, like I said, discouraged, and makes them feel like they want to quit. The second thing I would say is the dopamine rush. A lot of people don't understand that when you get a reading and you're in a frenzy and that person tells you what you was already kind of looking for to hear, or even something that was already obvious in a sense, it's like your brain is taking a hit of dopamine and your anxiety subsides. Whoa, I'm having a brain fart. That's crazy. But anyways, your anxiety goes away. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Y'all know what I was trying to say. Y'all know what word I was trying to use. But anyways, the anxiety goes away. But within a few moments, couple of days, it's going to come right back. And you're going to be on that repeat cycle, looking for that dopamine hit again. You don't even notice that it's happening, but it's happening. It's so subtle. The third thing is, a lot of you are looking for an escape of, how I put it, looking to escape critical thinking in a sense. Like, certain questions just simply don't have to be asked. Oh yeah, even though this person told me that they want space from me and this and that. Should I, like try to talk to them anyway or pull up to their crib or anything of that nature? Come on now. Like, you didn't need a reading for this. I don't even have to pull out cards or a pendulum, Ouija board, whatever the case is, to tell you that, no, maybe you just shouldn't do that. You don't need to contact any form of external force to tell you that's a stupid idea. But that's the thing that we're dealing with in today's age, is people want to escape critical thinking, so they replace it with readings in a sense. Readings are supposed to be there for guidance and seeing things and questions, getting answers that you have no ability of getting answers to. Not very obvious answers to very mundane questions. Let's talk about the damage that this does to a client, or even your reader as well. The whole situation, actually. For one, as a client, it's only going to increase your anxiety, because over time you're going to get used to the cycle of anxiety reassurance over and over again, because your reader is enabling that. So you think to yourself, every time you feel a little uncomfortable, you feel a little emotional, you want to go get a reading done to reassure you, rather than sitting in that uncertainty, building your emotional regulation, building your self-control. I like clients or customers who leave me being better, or even when you're over here doing business with me, you're gaining certain characteristics that are very beneficial to you in the long run. No one should be so emotional to where they're just doing things because they're feeling a little anxious in the moment or feeling like they're emotionally spiraling. So I'm not going to be that person to enable you or baby you. I'm not doing that. That's just not how I rock over here. You might have other people that might do that because they want your money that bad. But as for me, I just don't care. I don't care how much money you're going to throw at me. I'm not enabling bad behaviors, especially when most of my clients are 30s and up. Come on. You got to gain some form of self-control. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's not me judging. I'm just protecting y'all. That's it. Second thing is, like I said, the damage it does money-wise. You're spending money out the wazoo over and over again for no reason. I honestly can't even tell you the last time, me personally, I've gotten a reading, because it's so rare. And even when I do, I mean, my readings are max 10 minutes. I probably got one question to ask. And I only go to a reader to clarify my own personal reading I've already given myself. Like, it's very rare I even do it. And honestly, like I said, it's unnecessary. It can drive you crazy if you keep doing them. The third thing that it does damage-wise is, for your reader, it's emotional exhaustion. It can build resentment because you keep coming to this. If it's a person who, this is how you could tell when it's someone who's genuine. When even that you're throwing money at them, they're like, you don't need another reading. They don't want the money because they're tired of telling you the same answers over and over again, even though nothing has changed. You're looking for different answers, or like I said, you're just looking for to hear the same answer to make sure nothing has changed. You know what I mean? And a good reader would tell you, look, you need to stop. A bad reader is going to let you just keep spending your money over and over again. And like I said, what this basically becomes at a certain point, it crosses a boundary of professional guidance into emotional dependency. The person starts becoming your therapist in a sense. And that's just not what readings are for. That's not what spiritual tools need to be used for. So to wrap this video up, I want to talk about some things that as a reader you can do to attempt to cure this illness that you clearly see this person has, this addiction that you clearly see that they have. And if you're a person who's a scammer, or you just want the bread, you don't care about the people you're giving the reading to, then this video isn't for you. I'm talking to those readers who genuinely care about each client, each customer that they are giving a reading to. First thing is, you just need to stop answering certain questions. If you see that the person has asked you one question on Monday and then proceed to ask you that same question on Thursday, Friday, you need to just stop answering that question. They need to respect that you already gave an answer, and you don't want to be bothered with asking the same question answering the same question over and over again. It's kind of disrespectful in a sense that your abilities are being used as a tool of emotional regulation, as a tool of just solely reassurance and not so much spiritual guidance, transcendental knowledge. Second thing is no panic-based messaging or spiraling when a person is spiraling in an emotional frenzy. I've seen a lot of spiritualists or even a reader that I have of my own get messages like, can you just answer this quick question for me real quick? And all these, no, that's not happening. You don't use your God-given abilities that you either worked hard for or worked hard to train for just because a person is asking you to in a moment that they're having an emotional down, emotional spiral. That's just not what you are paid to do. That is not your job. Like I said, your job is to give spiritual guidance, transcendental knowledge. That's what you're there for. Tell what has the highest probability of transpiring in this person's life. And the third thing is sometimes you just got to say no. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you got to tell a person no more readings from me, period, for the next couple of months. Just no. I know it's hard for some to say, but you got to do that. And of course, they might go to another spiritualist. They might go to another reader. They might, but at least you know you did your due diligence. Your conscience is clear because you are not enabling bad behavior, bad characteristics that you see showing within this person. That's all for this video. Like, share, and subscribe.